Hey friends, it's Tuesday, so it's time for a 1 minute jazz tip. Maybe this one will take a tiny bit longer, but we're going to be close to 1 minute anyway. All right, transcribing is our tip today. This is such a fundamental thing that will help you as a musician in such an incredible way. What is transcribing? Well, transcribing is listening to and working out what somebody else has played. All right, so usually I'm from a recording, and usually this will include notating down the notes that have been played with the correct rhythms and etc. All right. The benefits of it, firstly, the biggest benefit about it is ear training, and this is actually teaching you to be able to hear and then replicate that, which is really what we want to do as musicians. And as improvising musicians, we need to be able to hear so that we can hopefully play what we want to play, not just play based on the theory knowledge that we know, although that's really great and helpful, but we want to play based on what we can hear as well. So this will really help your ear in a massive way, transcribing. Number two, it really helps us to understand notation. If you're writing it down, you're actually going the backwards way, and it'll actually help you with your reading, you know, so in the sense of like it's backwards reading. If you have to notate something, you know, if you have to spell a word, you know, you can't, if you can spell a word, well then you can read a word, right? It's kind of like the same sort of thing, but with the musical version of it. So it'll actually really help you to slow down and think about notation, particularly with rhythms and things like that. I actually think it's really helped me in the past to be a much better reader as well. So it's actually, you know, it helps your musicianship quite generally. All right, number three, it enables you to stop and analyze what's on the recording and help you to be able to replicate that or use the concepts that you discover by stopping and analyzing and writing this down. So what I do suggest is when you are transcribing, then transcribe something that you like, you know, something that's interesting. Don't just transcribe a melody because, you know, you want to do a transcribing exercise. Okay, do a transcribing exercise, but do it to something that you're interested in learning. What is it? You know, Keith Jarrett played this, or Oscar Peterson played this, or you know, a number of, you know, great musicians, piano players or guitarists that you love to listen to. Find something that's great, a solo, even as a short section, or, you know, their whole solo, or whatever it is, and work it out and go, why is it so awesome, you know, and can I use some of those ideas and concepts in my own playing? And so that's obviously one of the first tips. Another tip too is you can use, now in the age of digital media, you can use a whole bunch of tools that will help you to discover, will help you to transcribe a little bit easier. Back in my day, you know, records and tapes and things like that, just before CDs were coming in, you know, to help me out. But you know, we had to stop, rewind, play, stop, rewind, play, stop, rewind, play, and it, you know, it was quite a tedious task. It was quite difficult. YouTube's actually got a feature where you can slow down the speed as well. I've found that about the 50% mark can be really helpful. 50%, it slows down enough that you can, you know, you might be able to hear those notes a little bit easier. But also if you go down, you can go down to like 25% speed. But then the recording starts to distort too much to be able to hear properly. So 50% I found is really good and actually really helpful, especially for those fast passages that people are playing. All right, that's about it for today, guys. Transcribe. It's a wonderful thing to do. Put it in your practice schedule, and you will be a much better musician for it. And all right, have an awesome day, guys. And this has been a bit longer 4-minute tip, but all the best.